My Govan and Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Attica Galadirthan, and welcome back to Middle-earth as we continue on as the Ar-Adûnâim. I am very grateful to you all for your kind words in the episode of the other day, because the intro, I listened to that intro back about 6 or 7 times. I was so unsure about it. I just didn't like that one as much. Don't get me wrong, I liked the idea of reading it from the point of view of the Dark Numenorians from Durthang on Mordor's side of the argument. But, and I think in terms of the content of it, I was happy. But the delivery is what I struggled with that one. Because it sounded a little bit too sort of faux posh, and so I was unsure on that one. But it was met with kind words from you all, so thank you very much indeed. Also, allow me to apologise for whatever reason, the last 2 recordings, the Witch King one and the last Ar-Adûnâim one, my microphone turned itself down for seemingly no reason at all. So my voice might have been a touch quieter to the game than it should possibly have been. But anyway, that's all out of the way. Let's carry on. We've taken Cirith Ungol, of course. That was the focus of last episode. So we're holding that now. And we're sending Zagaradin off to try and scout out what's coming. I tried to buy Minas Morgul from Dol Amroth, but they were having none of it. And I'm really hoping that Mordor takes Minas Morgul back so that I can then take it. Because whilst I initially gave it to Dol Amroth because I thought we were going to be hit with a huge reprisal from Mordor. But actually, I think we could probably hold Mordor if we fight them in the right sort of battles and right sort of ways. I think we've got them. But right now, we are at an end turn. So let's end the turn and go ahead. I also thank you all for your kind words on The Witch King, the first episode of The Rise of the Witch King. As I anticipated, a full minute of that video was flagged as having copyrighted content. So if you saw an advert on that video, then I'm afraid to say that you have given money to a random company who holds the rights to... I think it's Warner Brothers, is it not? But that's not the name of the company on YouTube's website who claim it. But anyway, I don't like to talk about that outsidey stuff. But it's just disappointing to me that, as I've already covered, and you can see me ranting about that, I think, in the live stream. Otherwise, everything's going all right, I believe. As I say, not much work has gone into the mod. Allow me to just state that again. Not a huge amount has gone into the mod since the last developer diary. And I don't like to do developer diaries when there's only like 1 or 2 things to show off. And of course, work has gone into the mod, but nothing greatly substantial. So until Dunland is ready, I won't do a developer diary. And I'm only labouring that point because I've been asked in a lot of videos this week, actually, when is the next developer diary? When can we get the next developer diary? And obviously, as soon as there is something to show you, I will do the next developer diary. But at the moment, there is not much to show. Right, we've got Humgrat. He is an actual general, and we don't have a general anymore.
Yes,
because they died. I killed off the family members in rather poor thought-out ways, in rather poor military performances. So there are no generals to command, but I'd like to hit Humgrat, and I think we've got enough forces to probably do it. I don't think he's going to have a lot, but I don't want to pull this army back just to deal with him. But maybe if we separate the brothers now, actually. Because Gimmelzor's not as good in a city as Gimmelthon, because Gimmelthon is ranged, so he will get much better use out of a city. Interesting that Gimmelthon has better movement speed, though. Right, obviously Mordor are coming from there, and there is Urk-Estolad. If you are interested, Urk-Estolad simply means orc camp. Urk, like that, is the plural Sindarin word for orc. And it is pronounced, as I've been saying, Urk. Like, almost like a double O and a K if you were to really dumb it down. But that would be Urk. But it's not, it's Urk. A bit more in the throat. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to pave time while I think about what to do with Humgrat. If that full army all over there moves out on us, we won't really be able to stop it. But by taking Minas Morgul and Cirith Ungol, we have hugely, and I mean that with all the emphasis I've given it, we have hugely dented Mordor's ability to hit us. But we just need to mop up this fellow, and I'm just not sure we've got enough. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just garrison Eastern Osgiliath for now. With a full army, and then if he attacks me in Eastern Osgiliath, then we should be able to hold that. We've only fought once or twice in Osgiliath, so I don't mind fighting there again. Ah, yes, Karlonde's giving us troops again. Karlonde's about to give us a Ballister Maker, because we were going to be dealing with the Great Beasts and whatnot, but I think we've actually got them in check now. Oh, more Rohirrim can join us. Oh, good, good, good. And then you're going for a Warlord's Order, Master Masons. What did Cirith Ungol just give us? What does the Fighters Guild do? Melee infantry's replenishment speed up. That's pretty handy. It's a shame that that's its visual, though. That's so medieval. And by that, I mean it's low quality. I mean, who builds a building like that? I mean, I'm sure they probably do have buildings like that, but like these large sections are just so indicative of a graphically created building rather than a real life building. You'd never just have a big space like this with nothing in it. I always thought those buildings look a bit odd. They're like one level too high. Anyway, I'm just clicking around because I'm trying to desperately hope we can get troops from somewhere, and we can't. But Lord Imrahil is coming, and I desperately want to stay allied with Dol Amroth. I just because I'm biased and I love Dol Amroth, but we'll see. Mosnaz is over there as well, and we can finally move our spy up, which is good. Dead March is reached, and we curl the corner. We find the Morannon completely unguarded. Oh, Burz resides within. If we could send a scouting force... Oh, Rohan. Can you send your cavalry north and maybe raid the Dead Marshes, actually? That'll give us a nice little bit of money. And if we get them to train as well, you can take those with you. 2 cavalry units should be able to do that, I would have thought. You guys are going to retrain those, but that's all you can do for now. Oh, we get a High Palace in a turn. That's nice. On the Barracks of True Sons, we finally get Gondor infantry. Nice to see. Right, let's end the turn and take whatever fate comes our way. Yes. He can't actually get back to there in time. Oh, but I'll tell you what you could do, because I don't. If we are going to lose Cirith Ungol, I do not want to lose both sons. So we're not going to leave them both here. That's a death wish. I'm going to move him down to stand next to Imrahil, and that way, if Humgrat attacks Gimel Zor, he has to fight Imrahil. And then otherwise Gimel Zor will take command of the garrison there. Alright, so let's end the turn. Oh, I get so antsy with this campaign. It's on such a knife edge still. If Mordor actually had any sense... let me rephrase that. If Mordor were controlled by a human person, they would decimate me. They would annihilate me. They would have done so a very long time ago. But because they're controlled by the AI, they're not very good. And so they're not pulling their armies together. If they just merge all the forces they've got, they would have wiped me out ages ago. But they're not clever enough to do that. So we're left in this sort of bizarre situation. And he did attack these Nazgûl. And they've given them pause for thought, which is nice. They've made them wonder about what to do, and all they are is 19 scouts. Well, keep them with you. 19 scouts versus about 2,000 orcs. I think that's a battle in our favour, don't you? Nearly 4,000 orcs, in fact. Oh dear, but at least we get to see what's roaming around then. So we've got 2 Morgul chosen. Now they won't get any more Morgul chosen because they come from Cirith Ungol and Minas Morgul only, even for the AI. So we should see the end of them. The beasts actually don't come, I don't think, from Cirith Ungol or Minas Morgul. I think the beasts come from the plain lands only. So people often say, oh, you should restrict the beasts. They're way too common. But the beasts are already restricted. That's the problem. We can't restrict them that much further, because they're already heavily restricted. But we can try and do something, obviously. But then the Mordor need that late game punch. As much as I go on and on about how much I hate the beasts and how annoying they are. Oh, look, a narrow improvement in Cirith Ungol. And that one does have a unique UI. And we just got given 2,000 gold coins for absolutely no reason. What a dream.
As you command. Journeying onward.
Rune are getting involved. Rune, whose side are you on? Are you against Mordor? Or are you a pro Mordor army? So Mazrazea warriors stand ready. Oh, and actually they can join. You can all get involved because we have got a ship. What button do I want? That one? Yes. So we can get all of those turned off and we can see what we're doing. Why can't you go into that ship? Why can't you stand there? Oh, because that is impassable Ramasekor terrain. Oh, that's interesting. So you have to be in the dock. Alright. Turn everything back on then. Well, I'm just thinking that we can definitely defeat Humgrat. Gimel Zor stands ready. And so if we take all of these forces that we've just trained... Oh, they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. Oh, no, they will make it. Oh, good. Just go and stand there. Gimel Zor will join you, and we'll attack him in a second. But first of all, we'll just make sure... Alright, so Mordor is coming for Cirith Ungol, but that 1 turn delay is going to mean we're going to get that up. Oh, and we can train Ar-Adûnâim Armsmen. Why can we train Ar-Adûnâim Armsmen? Because of the Fighters Guild! Oh, what a dream! 2 experienced armsmen, 3 turns. Come on! Hold on, chaps, hold on. If we can turn Cirith Ungol into... let's rename it. Come on, Gimmelthon and Zor have done so much for us. I think it's time that we honour them. I don't want to call it Gimel, though, and I much prefer Thon to Zor, if I'm honest, but Zor seems to have so much more punch, doesn't he? I don't know any Aldernaic words, that's the problem. That's why we can't rename these things very well. And if you translate it into English, of course, Cirith Ungol means path of the spider, which is such a mouthful. And you don't really want to call it that, do you? I was thinking like castle of something or fort something. I mean, we could just call it that for now, couldn't we? But then, no, even that's rubbish. I've just completely forgotten all the Aldernaic names you all suggested a while ago. So I'm inevitably resorting back to... Oh, and I don't know what. I don't know how to do the Thon. I'll have to look all of that up. Let's just call it really boring and call it Fort Gimmelthon without an accent, because I don't know what the accent is off the top of my head. So for now, we're just going to call it Fort Gimmelthon until we can find a better name. But let's attack Mordor and get that battle underway. Humgrat, what do you bring to the table? 1 unit of Lokinasrim. Otherwise, this is low-tier Mordor. What's going on, Mordor? Has someone taken 2 of your most profitable recruitment centres? I think maybe they have. It's me. Spoiler alert. Humgrat is going to die. Now, Gimel Zor's army is not actually that great, but of course Captain Indilzar has a full army of... Not a full banner army, but every unit within his army has full strength company. Is a full strength company. This is so... I'm all over the place this morning. Dear, dear. This is why you shouldn't record before work. It's just too early in the morning. My brain is just not with it. Oh dear. Let's just have a brief recap of what our units look like, because it's been a while since we actually looked at them, hasn't it? And look at them in their glory. The armsmen especially. I like the little sash. I do like the sash quite a lot. I'm always keen on random clothing adorning armour. I think it always looks good. Up at the front here we've got some of our nice big shield boys. Rosadan footmen. I like that shield a lot. I know it's relatively impractical, and then I know you're all going to scream at me, oh, the Romans had big shields, but the Romans had a nice curvature to their shield. That's just a giant plank of wood. That would be very difficult to control. And then we've got some Azrazair warriors, 2-handed axes clipping through their shields, but it doesn't matter because that's such a high quality shield. That's really cool. Very nice indeed. And then we come to the Rosadan bowmen, simple tunic wearing fellows with a little bit of a chainmail coif. And I've learnt of the word coif exclusively from playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, because every other person in the game has a coif, and every time you kill them, that's all you ever loot from them. Now, we did attack them, so they do have the benefit of running away and sitting and waiting. Theoretically, our reinforcing army is going to be coming in from this bottom corner, and I'm going to gamble that that's correct. Yes! Welcome to the fight, chaps. Right, absolutely no rush today. We outnumber them, we're better than them. The only threat is the Loki and Asrim, but they're going to sit back and wait. And in that time, I'm going to slowly bring my Ballister crew all the way up and give them a bloody taste of their siege medicine.
Seems to be swinging in our favor.
I'm going to shoot at those Loki and Asrim with Ballistae until there is nothing left of the buggers. They have, of course, also got a general who's going to give us a bit of grief. He's going to get involved and hit us, but other than that, should be alright. So now we must just wait as our army slowly walks, and look how far away they're running. It won't save you, Mordor. You can stand on that hill all you want, but if you haven't got any archers, you've got a few, but you've not got enough to write home about. Standing on the hill means nothing. You're just wasting everyone's time. So kindly come and stand down here, as you've been told. Stand up and fight like a man, and die like the cowards that you are. There's my slow-moving army. The Ballister crew will be at the back. So we're going to be here for a wee while, I'm afraid, because we've got to move everyone up. So let's get some plans in place. That one, I really wish they would change the UI for that icon, though, because I appreciate that Rosadan does have his shield in view, but because the weapon goes out of the top of the unit card, I always think that's a spear unit. I look at that and I think a polearm that long with the weapon head actually out of the unit card, it must be a spear unit. And of course, it is not a spear unit. It's in fact one of our 2-handed strike infantry, and it shouldn't be anywhere near the defensive line of our army. Everyone has moved pretty much up to where we want them. We've also got some Abrazanim Nardubawib today, the one of the best looking units, I think, of the newly designed roster, because again, they've got that cool little like cloth covering over their armor. I should probably slow it down if we're trying to look at the unit, shouldn't I? They're a bit covered in dust, but you get the gist. And they've got the quivers on the waist, they've got a shield on the other waist, which is cool. The visuals for the Ar-Adûnâim have improved drastically. I'm all on board. I am totally with the new designs. Do not worry about that. Right, you fellows go nice and wide. You're going to be the flankers. We've got you in defense, and that's about it. We've got very few defensive forces here today, actually. If you come here like this. Right, the problem is going to be, as you might expect... Oh, we've got almost one of every single archer type. So not crossbows, but archers. They're almost all on the field today. Although we do even have crossbows as well. This is a very diverse army. We've really taken to living in Gondor, haven't we? We've really brought the population around to our way of thinking quite quickly. Right, now that's a very silly way of lining them up, actually, isn't it? Because those Lok in Asrim are going to try and hit the siege. So we need to... I think we are going to want to go for a Warhammer gap method. And then if we put him in the back over there... No, if we put him over here, then he can... hopefully avoid the Inus Rim and then curl around and catch them and kill them, because Gimmelzor's fantastic in combat. It's an excellent addition to combat. Right, and then all we need to do is wait for the Ballista to come through. They're on their way. Oh, those Archer Militia are the only low tier thing we've got. Oh, Ballista, you have a terrible range. Do you really not? Is your range really that bad? That's awful. We're going to be fighting up the hill a bit, actually, which does favour our enemies. Oh, they really do have to go far, don't they? That's awful. Absolutely awful. Get a couple of shots off. Come on, make them think about what they want to do. I think they just missed as well. To cop it all off. Right, archers, come and stand in a line like this. And sprint, actually. Right, the siege will kill that cavalry. Right, here they come, here they come, here they come. Oh, come on, siege. Did you even actually kill a single one? That's absolutely awful. That is downright awful. Right, Gimmelzor, curl around. Right, you just target the archers then. Oh, I should have shield walled you. Sorry, chaps. I am sorry. Right, and then we use the Azur Zair to cut in. Those Black Uruks are going to come through and hit us. They are going to hit our siege. Oh, no, look, they curled at the last moment. Oh, fantastic. Look, they're right in front of you. Go for it. And then Gimmelzor come back and hit those. Did the enemy general charge in? Yes, he is involved. He's in and amongst us somewhere. They're bringing scouts down the hill, interestingly. No, I told you to target them. Come on. Right, Gimmelzor will kill off those... Oh, look, it's point blank range. Just shoot at them.
If we continue like
Get
this,
that Orc band. You curl in as well. Nicely done. Even if only one of you is shooting, that's some fantastic death tally numbers you're going to get racking up there. Now, the Lok in Asrim, of course, are good. Rosadan footmen are anti-cavalry, and early tier anti-cavalry is never anything to really be singing the praises of. So it's Gimmelzor who's doing all the killing over there. The Inus Rim, of course, are a fantastic unit. I don't think we've checked their stats for a while, actually. Let's just have a look. They do have an 11 attack and a 24 defense. Now, this one might have a 10 attack and the experience gives it 1, because I can't remember what tiers of experience improve your attack. But I think it's 1, 5, and 9, isn't it? I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, the attack at the moment is 11 and the defense is 24, which on an infantry unit, similarly to the armsmen, would be fantastic. But on a cavalry unit with their giant hitboxes, it's just a death sentence. Well, no, the stats aren't a death sentence. The hitbox is a death sentence. So whilst they are good and they will do well, they are very easily killed if you can just bog them down in melee. I mean, we've seen low-tier militia deal with Lok in Asrim now. So they really aren't anything to be worried about. Right, you guys, if you can get one more shot off before our forces arrive, nicely done. And then go back to targeting the Black Uruk archers on the hill. Right, we lost a melee unit. Yes, the Gondor militia have gone down. What we need, again, as usual, is to kill off the general. Oh, no, they're bright. Some of them are fighting and broken to the death even without him. Oh, yeah, no, it's not too much of an issue. And there is the bodyguard, actually, up against the Rosadan now. Oh, you might as well do
The
that then.
enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Let's do that. We've got it for a reason. Oh yeah, that's handy. Yeah, they're all over here. So ignore these ones over here if you would. Let's speed this up because this is over. Get in and hit those black hooks. One soul Loki Rim punches deep into our bowman line there. Well played, sir. We'll give him that.
Our men have captured the enemy
The
general.
enemy general's been
Guard
caught.
him well and make it so he can
There's no more
see us
melee
defeat
forces,
the
so
rest of his
pull
army.
all of those back. You guys go nice and wide. And then run forward. Don't worry about that one Loki Rim. And then archers, if you would. Kill their archers. Can you still not reach? How bad is your range, guys? Come on. Pallister crew's been firing away, but not particularly effectively. I'm surprised that they are fighting on this long. Ranged units seem so bullied by the number of missiles that they have. They fight on far longer than they have any right to. They've done a real number on our Ar-Adûnâim Narduba whip, though, haven't they? Someone must have gotten through to them, I think. I'm really surprised these units are fighting on.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
There's hardly any of them. The rest of their army is dead. In fact, sod it. Just swarm them and end this. We'll use the archers.
The enemy
There we
army
are.
flees the field. This is a
We
clear
lost 676, which is more than I would have liked. Much more, to be honest. But in a stand-up one-on-one fight, I suppose our melee forces don't counter Black Uruks or Uruk Bodyguard, and that's where we failed. Also, we did get harassed. Their two arch units have actually done really well. We really need cavalry. We need Rohan and Gondor to submit more cavalry forces. But I'm going to continue with my plan despite needing cavalry in the main army. I am going to continue with my plan to raid the Dead Marshes. We're going to move the troops that have just defended here. We're going to move them over to Fort Gimmelthon. Oh, simple execution. They'll move over to Fort Gimmelthon. And
We have triumphed.
alright, so of you all, the ones that can get there, I suppose, are the ones we want, but definitely take the better ones. Another siege actually might have a use in Fort Gimmelthon.
Your orders, my lord.
Take your three. Oh, they won't go.
Yes,
So
my
you might as well
lord.
just stay there.
By your command.
Merge anything that could merge.
Orders.
83 of them can go. Is there a equivalent over there? 177 now. You won't have anything to merge into. 123 of you. There are a few forces here that I would like to see moved over to Fort Gimmelthon, but we'll worry about that in due course. Practice range, yes please. Guard barracks, yes please. You've now got your militia garrison up, and you're a wonderful little region, actually. Do we get anything cool out of Osgiliath? We don't, do we? Because Osgiliath doesn't have a wonder, a pre-built, unique building, so we don't actually get anything from here. The place that we need our culture the highest is the Tower of Ecthelion, so that we can get Naru and Aru out. But over here, we're only 53% kingdom, because we've only got a Dark Shrine. Ah, well, we'll build that when we get notification of the construction completion in 4 turns. I'm just wondering if anyone else should go over. There's 75 of you, definitely. You can merge into a full battalion. Don't leave the cavalry there. In fact, definitely get the cavalry out. They're only going to die there. If you go back to Calenhad and retrain, you can join that little raid.
My lord.
I'd like to move, if I'm honest, basically everything. Anything that can go over, just send it over. That's going to be our front line now. And I'd much rather that were defended than Western or Eastern
Yes,
Osgiliath.
my lord.
But Gimmelzor, you can't just stand out here and do nothing. So become the governor of here just for the moment, and then we'll worry about what to do with you. Oh, territorial guard. Yes, please. Getting more retraining from Western Osgiliath as well. Our Minister is almost there with its count. I'll go for that, you might as well. How long is it? 14 turns and 8 turns now. You guys aren't going to be able to be ready in time. That's alright, we'll send them on their own. They're going to go and cross over at the Rauros. Speaking of the Rauros, actually, let's get Rohan on side. They broke their alliance
Yes,
with us,
my
didn't
lord.
they? Some time ago. Well, they broke their agreements with us. Show cursor stat. Move character. What's your name again, friend? Zagarakor. Zagarakor. You're going to 254, 253. Oh, that's cool. That's lucky, isn't it? Oh dear, Rohan are
Yes.
not in a good
What is
way.
it you wish to discuss?
Map info, map info. I've got a bit of money. I don't really want to give you military access. I think that would probably be enough, wouldn't it? I'll give you £1,000 because you're up against it. Oh, you're rich. You don't even need it.
I do not believe.
Alliance I want 1,230. All right, go on then. It's because of the map information, I'm sure.
Thank you enough for accepting. Well, that seemed fruitful.
Oh no, they do still hold a fair amount. Let's zoom in on the map there. They've lost Helm's Deep and they've lost the crossing, and they are under siege at Edoras, actually, so it's no wonder they're not involved. But I'd like to get an alliance with them set up, because why not? We're allied with Gondor and Dol Amroth, and I have no plans on attacking Rohan, so... Alright, let's end the turn again and see what comes of it.
Your orders, my lord.
Are Mordor going to besiege us at Fort Gimmelthon? Almost certainly. I must make sure to write down what the keyboard shortcut is for the O with the circumflex, because I just don't know it. I know that 150 is U with the circumflex, and I know that 137 is E with diaresis. But I don't know what O with the circumflex is. It's not one I write very often. Greetings, Mordor. Welcome to Fort Gimmelthon. You've thrown everything you've got at it, but we've really bolstered the garrison. Oh, actually, we've probably, because I've not left any room, we might not even get our free units now that I think about it. Which would be a damned shame. But I don't plan on holding in Gimmelthon for any time. We're going to push straight out. We're going to keep the momentum going. As soon as we can break Mordor, let's take Urk-Estelad. Let's burn that to the ground. Let's get Durthang. Let's burn that to the ground. Oh dear, Edoras has fallen. Oh, and they want a trade agreement with Isengard.
My lord.
Immediately after allying with Rohan, we just talk to their hated enemies and obtain a trade agreement. Dunlendings have gone to war with Gondor. We got 300 gold coins for that. And we are still making good money. So who comes? It's Radzag. He's brought some Olokai. Otherwise, actually, a low-tier army again. Only 2 late-game units, not counting the Olokai. That's a terrible army. Absolutely terrible. We welcome you. Oh, and we do have room for our 2 garrison forces. That's good. Kyrandros still has 4 more turns to go. Our forces here seem to have almost completely retrained, actually, which is pretty handy. We've got a lot of good forces coming through.
Your will, my lord.
Move those that you can over there. And 83 of you, move yourselves over there instead. You can't retrain, but that's not a problem. Oh, we're building roads in Western Osgiliath. That's because it's almost as militarized now as it can possibly be, isn't it? Oh no, we can get an army barracks. And look, we've got 88% Kingsman culture. Definitely get that army barracks up. And I'd like that before the True Sons. Yes, please. Is there anything else you can do, or is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. Rangers are as high as they can go. We don't even get stables, so... That barracks is our top tier. That gives us our best units. Our Farazon's Faithful come out. Oh, yes, please. And we can get them, actually, because we've got the culture high enough. Oh, that would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Western, you're giving me a practice range for the moment, which will give us some better units, and then a guard barracks, which is the tier 2. The practice range is the top 1, isn't it? No, archery range. But we can, again, get all 3 here, actually. No, we can't. We need the High Palace next. What's your culture? 88, yeah, no trouble. Chuck a High Palace on anyway. Perfect. Karlonde. 3 turns left on that. You guys must be finishing up now, surely. Ah, yes, you did. Can't do out, but you finished up nevertheless. What's the culture over here? Oh dear, it's 0. Oh, you were building the Masons Guild, weren't you? So we now can go full... We can go out in earnest on improving you economically. And you as well. You're going to be an economic hub. Ah, you haven't got the guild house yet. Build me the guild house. And then I am going to queue up. I know it doesn't make the first unit. No, I won't. We've only got 5 settlements. It's not that hard to just monitor them, is it? Yeah, they've all built. And we just got the militia garrison in time. Good news, good news, good news.
Yes, my lord.
Right.
Your will, my lord.
Welcome to the Thunderdome. Oh, look, even you can bring forces to the table now. That's nice to see. Yeah, please continue. Get me a practice range. That way station still doesn't have UI. I don't know why I'm saying it still doesn't. I don't do anything on the mod anymore. I'm going to bank that they really have not got a garrison in the Dead Marshes. So we are going to just run through. And we'll go all the long way round, because we're clever enough to go the long way round. The AI is not. Oh, Imrahil did come and garrison Minas Morgul. Ah, nice. Now, if you'd be so kind as to continue on and go and take the Black Gate, that'd be really good. That'd be really, I'd be chuffed with that. I'd be chuffed with that. Oh dear, here we are then, an end turn. Oh, I didn't move the merchant again. But we don't need the money, really. I mean, the money, obviously money is nice, and I will use him when I can, but we're not jonesing for funds at the moment, so it's not the end of the world if I haven't got the merchant going where he should go. We can take a bit of time with him. Come on, Mordor, hit me at Cirith Ungol. Oh, they don't think they're strong enough, so we're going to have to fight them. That's a damned shame. I really wanted to see what the settlement looked like. It's always a great tell. The AI will always attack straight away if it thinks it's strong enough. And if it doesn't think it's strong enough, it almost invariably, and I say invariably, I'm not being definite here, but it almost invariably will then just siege you out till the end, until it thinks it is strong enough. So you're always caught in a little, between a rock and a hard place, as it were. Well done, East Osgiliath. Callan had got a Warlord's Hall. You can train a couple of those for garrisons. And then I'm going to take the rest. Haha, come to the front lines, chaps. I'll tell you what, why don't you join Gimmelkard's army? For when we finally have to kill the Witch King off. What we really need to do is take Barad-dûr. The Nazgûl will continue spawning until Barad-dûr is in our hands. So that is where our focus must lie. Oh, Ithilien. Dol Amroth are bringing up more forces. Yeah, we are going to have to attack that Orc army, so we might as well use some of you to go and help.
Your will, my lord.
Oh no, you can't get through Cirith Ungol, can you?
Your orders, my lord.
No, you can get past Minas Morgul, but you can't get past Cirith Ungol. It blocks passage. That's alright. So Gimmelzor will be building up the sort of backup army, if you will. He's preparing the reinforcements. Oh, a blacksmith wouldn't come amiss. You've got an armor up. Well, you've all got so many buildings queued up, you're never going to get any of these things. We'll run out of money before that happens. Speaking of money, merchant, you're almost over to that gold tower. Keep going.
Journeying onward. I'll continue once I have rested, sire.
Rested, sire. Right, where are Rune? What are Rune up to? Yes, they are allied to Mordor, as expected. Mordor is their only ally, though, and they are at war with Khand, Erebor, Dale, and Arwynia. So they're at war with a lot of people, so they're not going to be bothered by us, which gives us a nice little reprieve. Or it buys us a little bit of time. I think Dol Amroth have probably got Harad over a barrel if they're able to send troops north here, and I'm really hoping they do get involved with the Black Gate. That's my chief concern for them. I'd quite like to take Cair-Andros back. I think we've got more than enough forces to actually hold Cair-Andros. And I tell you what we can do, actually, is the very turn that we take it, we can then move all of them up there, form an army under Gimmelkard, and kill Mosnaz. And then Gimmelkard and all of those forces could move on and take the Black Gate, and we can come in from the north then. Yes. But that is all, I'm afraid, going to be for another episode, because I was willing to fight at Fort Gimmelthon if we were to be able actually to see Fort Gimmelthon, but as we're going to have to fight those fools out on the field, I'll attack them in the next episode, which will be live streamed on Saturday morning. So do come and tune into that if you'd like to. It'll be 11 o'clock British summertime, or BST, in the morning. And it'll run for about an hour and a half, as they all have done. So please feel free to come along and watch that. Tune in, join us, ask your questions if you have any, and we'll play that battle then. But for now, that is going to conclude today's episode. So I hope you've enjoyed the episodes this week, and I hope you're looking forward as much as I am to all of them. I'm enjoying everything at the moment. It's a really fun time for YouTube, and I hope you're enjoying it too. But until we speak again, dear friends, Nevair Naden Pedemad Melonin, and farewell.